Yo, what's happening? This your homie 6'5", and I am the Prophet Plug. And today we're gonna go over the 50-30-20 rule so you can understand finances, how to manage your money, and how to budget and create ways so you could have spare money to invest. So we're gonna start out with 50%. 50% of your money should be going to needs. That includes your rent, your mortgage, groceries, utility bills, your car, clothes, shoes, health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, and other miscellaneous needs that you may have around the house. 20% of your money should go to savings. That's your emergency fund. At bare minimum, 3 months, 6 months, bare minimum, whichever one you can do at least to get started, just to give yourself some cushion for a rainy day. You got your 401k and your Roth IRA. Most people do that through their job. Nothing wrong with that. I personally feel everyone still needs to have their own personal investment account, something where you can control the finances and you can control how much money is going in and out of what companies. Then you have your 30% of your wants, your car, your clothes, your shoes, smoking, drinking, entertainment, and other miscellaneous impulse buys that you may have. Now, I know what you're saying. Why is car, clothes, and shoes both in needs and wants? Well, a car is a need. You got to get around. You got to get from point A to point B, drop the kids off, transportation to and from work. That's why it's a need. However, the type of car you get is what makes it a want. So you can get your hoopty, a slider, something of that sort. Even if you get some with payments, you can get a car with a $450 payment. You don't have to get a car with an $900 payment. That's when it becomes a want and not a need, because you want this type of car, so you have to pay the type of money for that car instead of saying, you know what, this is a short-term thing. Let me just go ahead and get in this Toyota, this Honda, this Nissan, something that's cheap and reliable. And then a couple of years after I built up my investment account and I got a little more money to play with, then I could go make that type of payment. Okay? The same thing with clothes and shoes. You don't have to go and buy $500 belts, $800 shoes, $2,000 pants. You could buy regular $40, $50, $60, $70 pants, $80 pants that you would normally buy $20 pants, depending on where you shop at. You don't have to go spend thousands of dollars on this designer stuff. Alright? Instead of spending money on the designer, why don't you go ahead and own the designer companies? That's really what we trying to do around here. Alright? And then you're smoking, you're drinking. You don't have to smoke every day. You don't have to drink every day. I know some people that spend thousands of dollars a year on smoking and drinking. So say you're a person and you spend about $200 a week just on smoking. We're not even going to go drinking, just on smoking. That $10,000 a year you spend on smoking, if you cut that in half, that's $5,000 you can add to your savings and investing account. Depending on how much you drink, say you spend another $5,000 in drinking every month. Every year, I'm sorry. You cut that in half, that's $2,500 you can spend on your investment and savings. Entertainment. You don't have to go out every weekend and be on every scene. You don't have to go out to eat every night of the week. Cut back on some of them expenses. You don't have to be in every club. Go ahead and take some of that money, cut it in half, cut it by 25%, whichever works best for you, and throw it in your savings and investment account. And then once you cut back on these, you'll realize how much money you actually have to throw to the side and save, throw to the side and invest. And now, once you start making your investments, you will get addicted to it, and you will constantly want to make investments. But a lot of times, as soon as you get your money, you spend it. The first thing I personally do when I get paid, I take 20% and I drop it to myself. I pay myself first. Bills, they're going to be there. So I'm going to pay myself first, and then I'm going to make everything else work the way it works. But because I understand this, I'm able to cut back and minimize my expenses on a lot of my wants. And some of you say, well, I don't make enough. More than 50% of my check have to go towards my needs. I understand that. So you definitely got to cut back on your wants. It ain't that you can't save. You definitely got to cut back on your wants. If you cut back on your wants more, you'll be able to put it to your needs and your savings. But a lot of us, we have I work hard, I play hard mentality, so we go spend money on what we want first because that's what we work for, and then we left trying to figure everything out. Nah. Save first, handle your needs, and your wants last. If this 50-30-20 doesn't fit you, because some people may say, well, my income take up 60 or 70% of my needs, so you're going to have to adjust these two accordingly. But standard, this is how it should be, and that's what it is. Again, this your boy 6'5" on a profit plug. You can plug in and power up, and I'm going to help you turn your cash into profits.